Good morning. It's 11 o'clock here in Namibia. It's morning. Um, Before I start off with my testimony, I want to thank. I wish you all a happy New Year, and I wish you a prosperous year ahead in 2022. Okay, let me start off. So, my name is Victoria Makoto. I'm all the way from Namibia. I live in the coastal side of Namibia, where it's mostly cold. As you can see, I'm wearing something warm. But yeah, let's get off of it. How can I start? My year in 2021 was my journey with Christ was something that I can't even imagine that I would have. Both my parents are pastors. My dad is a pastor, my mom is a pastor. But as expected, as people always say, if you're a pastor's daughter, you also fall in the line of being a pastor. So, but that's not how I saw things for myself. I always imagine myself far ahead. So when people always ask me, "Oh, you're a pastor's daughter, you cannot do certain things, you're not allowed to do certain things," and that got me frustrated. I got frustrated in school. I always used to get suicidal thoughts. I got to a point where I had depression and I had to seek counseling, and yeah, so I could say I had my fair share with my battles. There were times where I didn't have a very good relationship with my parents, and that was last year 2021. So 2021 was a year that I did all those things, but there were things that I'm really grateful for, that I could say that I'm thankful to the Lord for, because if it was not really for His grace, I really don't know where I would have been right now. Because when I started off 2021, I started off just remembering how my year started is just something that really makes me look back on my life. And it's just so disappointing to know that there are young people thinking that because they're going through certain things, because they're going through certain problems, that they cannot come out of it, they cannot turn to God for it. Because the word says, you can, in your own strength, it's impossible. I'm quoting, for you it is impossible, but for God it is impossible. So meaning that you cannot do anything by your own strength because you are unable to do it. But for God, everything is possible. For Him, He is able to bring you out in situations, in the difficult problems that you're going through. So in 2021, I was so grateful that I had an encounter with Him where I was able to know Him personally. And when I was introduced to Him, doesn't mean because I'm a pastor's daughter, I knew about Him. Yes, but that's why they say salvation is a personal thing. I had to get to know Him by myself. Even though I was taught, I was introduced by Him, by my parents, I had to get to know Him by myself because it's a personal thing. So coming to a point where I was really like, it came to a point I was so depressed. Every time I was depressed, I had migraines, I had headaches, I just wanted to like run away, far away, that no one can find me. Being a teenager, being young, it's not easy. I can say it's not easy, but if your focus is not on what is around you and your focus is on God, everything becomes easier. It's even for Jesus when He was on earth, things were not that easy for Him. He was mocked, He was rebuked, He was cast, He was even rejected by His own people. So who do you think you are when you're here on earth, that you will be accepted, you will be loved, you will be cared for? There are people who won't like you. There are people who won't want to be around you, but just know. But when your focus is on God and your focus is on Him, He is able to do things for you that you yourself won't even expect. You know, when I became born again, I was just thinking like, okay, it's done. I'm already written in the book of life. But it's not where it ends. That's where the journey starts. That's where you start off a relationship with Him. It's why He says that in His word, He says that only certain things will be revealed to those who are His children. If you're not a child, if you're not born again, if you're not a child of God, certain things won't be revealed. That's why when you even for a person who's not born again reads the Bible, you read the Bible as it's literal. You read it as a story. You don't read it as a personal thing for you. You just feel like it's a book story, like it's written there. But the Bible is more than what it seems. It's more than what it says, because you get to know who Jesus was and why He was the Son of God and why He was sent here on earth. So, with that said, I'm really grateful for the year I had, even though there was ups and downs. I'm thankful that I end of the year 2021 with Him, and I started off with Him. Even though last year 2020 I didn't end it off with Him, and I didn't start it off with Him. You know, there's always room for improvement, adjustment. There's room for, that's the one thing I want. I'm so grateful to the Lord that He is such a forgiving Father. He is so kind enough to let you back in. That's why I always see myself as the prodigal son. If you guys know the prodigal son story, whereby the prodigal son, when he asked his father for his inheritance, and he took his inheritance and went out in the wilderness, and there where he was famine, hunger, where he spent all his money and all that, when he saw that everything he's done, he spent it all out, and then he became poor. Even the people who stood with him, who stayed with him, ran away because they saw there was no use of him, because everything he had was gone. So when he went and he saw that he doesn't have anything left, he thought of getting a job. It's not what everyone does these days. When they see they don't have money, they don't see they have problems or they have situations, they go out there looking for work. But one thing you should know, you can find a job, you can get money, but that won't satisfy you. But one thing that I've realized is when he found his job, he told himself that he can stay in this position, he can stay in this situation, he can suffer like this while he knows route, bring a ring, put shoes on his hand, and kill the biggest cow. And they held a feast. You know, when you become born again, in heaven, they make a feast for you. They celebrate your coming, they celebrate, you, even though you cannot see it physically, but it's happening, it's happening. You just have to believe that it's happening. That's one thing I want to share and encourage young people out there, that whenever you come to the Lord, it's not just a sit and go and reading the Bible every day and a prayer thing and a boring. Being a Christian is not only that, there's more to it. There is encounters, there's revelations, there's just, I'm telling you, it's just out of this world. See, it's just one thing that I've come to learn, that being in a relationship with God is just the most fantastic. And I started off my year, it was just the best of the best, and I want to end it off every year. Every year I want to end with Him, every year I want to start with Him. And I'm so thankful and I'm grateful that I came to know Him personally for myself. And I want to encourage also young people out there in the world, that you gotta know Him, you gotta know who He is. He's not just a storybook that you read or a story that you heard. He is more than what He seems He is. So just get to know Him, get that relationship with Him. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. So with this said, I don't really want to focus on what happened to me, on what things I did, because that is past tense. Because one thing I've learned about Jesus Christ is that whenever you come to Him and you confess what you did, He covers your sins. He covers. He doesn't look back. You did this, you did that. He doesn't count how many sins you committed. He covers them all. He washes you. That's why God sent his son to die for us on the cross, where he knew that there was a significant reason for it. There's a reason, there is a message behind it. So when you always think of what he did, that will hold you back. The devil will keep you in that position where you always have to think of why I did this, why this and this. Don't look back, look forward. Don't be that person that always focuses on the past. Be the person that focuses on the future. Now you started a journey with him and end the journey with him. I wish you all the best for this year.